This is the list.
The 1810th plenary meeting of the General Assembly is called to order. We shall consider this morning Agenda Item 98 entitled Agreement between the Republic of Indonesia and the Kingdom of the Netherlands concerning West New Guinea, West Area. The report of the Secretary General regarding the Act of Self-Determination in West Area is to be found in document A/7723. In addition, the Assembly has before it a letter dated 11 November 1969 from the permanent representatives of Indonesia and the Netherlands to the United Nations addressed to the Secretary General in document A/7763, and a draft resolution submitted by Belgium, Indonesia, Luxembourg, Malaysia, Netherlands, and Thailand in document A/L574. I now give the floor to the representative of Indonesia.
Madam President, the General Assembly has before it a report of the Secretary General, document A/7723, date 6 November 1969. On the Secretary General was entrusted with certain tasks. The agreement itself, being a bilateral one, was merely taken note of by the General Assembly in its resolution 1752 Roman 17 of 21st September 1962. In that resolution, the General Assembly acknowledged the task of the Secretary General and authorized him to carry it out as entrusted to him in the New York Agreement. The first task of the Secretary General, which was to set up a United Nations Temporary Executive Authority UNTEA in West Irian as an instrument for the transfer of the administration from the Netherlands government to the Indonesian government, was accomplished on May 1st, 1963. The accomplishment of this task was reported to the General Assembly by the Secretary General in a report which was also taken note of by the plenary session of the General Assembly on November 6, 1963. The present report of the Secretary General relates to his second and final task, which was the dispatch of a special representative who, on his behalf and pursuant to Article 17 of the agreement, was to assist, advise, and participate in the arrangement for the act of free choice of the people in West Irian. The arrangement of this act of free choice, which was to take place in 1969, and has now been completed, where, according to the terms of agreement, the responsibility of the Indonesian government. In accordance with Article 21, Paragraph 1 of the agreement, both the Indonesian government and the Secretary General's Special Representative, Ambassador Ortisan, have submitted reports to the Secretary General on the conduct and results of the Act of Free Choice. These two reports, presumably for practical purposes, have been annexed to the Secretary General's report now before this Assembly.
Madam President, today's discussion of the item entitled
agreement between the Republic of Indonesia and the Kingdom of the Netherlands concerning West New Guinea, West Irian, constitutes in more than one respect the last page of a long chapter, a chapter in the history of more than one nation, an episode in the history of the United Nations. The story is one of strife and conflict, of sorrow and disappointment, of unfulfilled expectations, but given the necessary patience and goodwill, it may actually contain a promise of future cooperation. All the elements in this story are embodied in the agreement of 1962, which did not come into being without hesitation and doubts on the part of the Netherlands. I don't intend at this juncture to trace in detail its origin and previous history. The official records of the General Assembly and its main committees provide ample material for the purpose. They also set forth the motives that led us to conclude and ratify the agreement. Suffice it to state that the interests of West Irian and its population have been our paramount concern. We will continue to translate this undiminished concern in a concrete fashion, which will reflect the modified circumstances. In conformity with the provisions of the agreement, the Secretary General has submitted a report to this Assembly regarding the act of self-determination in West Irian. As he states, the act of self-determination has now been completed. The method whereby it was accomplished and the outcome are set forth in the two statutory reports submitted by the Indonesian government, as well as by the Secretary General's representative, Ambassador Artis Sans. At this stage, I wish to express the grateful feelings of my government towards the Secretary General for having appointed as representative of the United Nations a personality with the high qualifications of Ambassador Artis Sans. Useful purpose will be served by commenting further on the manner in which the act of free choice took place or on the outcome. In May of this year, constant consultations between the governments of Indonesia and the Netherlands led to a meeting in Rome between the Indonesian Foreign Minister, Mr. Malik, myself, and the Netherlands Minister for Development Assistance. At that time, we did discuss the implementation of the provisions of the New York Agreement of 1962, but we also looked ahead and held extensive discussions about the economic and social development of West Irian. In a joint statement following the discussions in Rome, it was made clear that the two foreign ministers would remain in close touch in the realization that the agreement of 1962 was signed in a spirit of common concern for the future of West Irian. In this context, I should like to mention the satisfaction felt in the Netherlands at the assurances given by the Indonesian government as to granting a degree of autonomy to West Irian. The Special Representative of the Secretary General
la Asamblea procederá a votar en forma completa la resolución contenida en el documento. Tiene la palabra para una moción de orden el delegado. Primero, el documento A/L 576. Somete a votación el proyecto de resolución que figura en el documento A/L 574. Sobre el particular, el delegado de la República Democrática del Congo propone que la parte dispositiva número 1 se vote por partes, o sea, separadamente, que se vote primero hasta donde dice: toma nota del informe del secretario general. Los que estén a favor, sírvanse manifestarlo así. Los que estén en contra, sírvanse manifestarlo así. Y las abstenciones, sírvanse hacerlo. Bueno, ha sido el siguiente. De un total de 100 votos, 80 lo han hecho a favor, 6 en contra y 14 abstenciones. Se va a votar ahora, ha sido aprobado. Se va a votar ahora el párrafo operativo número 1 completo. O sea, se dice: toma nota del informe del secretario general y observa con agradecimiento el cumplimiento por el secretario general y su representante de las tareas que se les confiaron por el acuerdo de 1962 entre Indonesia y los Países Bajos. Afirmativa, sírvanse a hacerlo así. Tiene la palabra el delegado de Malasia. Resolución completa contenida en el documento A/L 574. En vista de que se ha solicitado que sea por votación nominal, la votación empezará por Mongolia.
Yes. Pakistan? Yes. Yes. Panamá?
Yes.
Yes. Paraguay?
Ahora sí estoy tranquilo.
Paraguay?
Está hablando web.
Absent. Perú?
Sí.
Yes. Senegal?
Sí.
Yes. Sierra Leone?
Sí.
Absent. Singapore? Yes. Somalia?
Sí.
Abstention. South Africa?
Yes.
Yes. Southern Yemen?
Sí.
Yes. Spain?
Abstain.
Abstention. Tunisia?
Sí.
Yes. Turkey?
Yes.
Yes. Uganda?
Abstention.
Abstention. Ukraine USSR?
Yes.
Yes. USSR?
Yes.
Yes. United Arab Republic? Yes. United Kingdom? Yes. Tanzania?
Abstain.
Abstention. United States?
Yes.
Yes. Upper Volta?
Abstain.
Abstention. Uruguay?
Sí.
Yes. Venezuela?
Abstention.
Abstention. Yemen?
Yes.
Yes. Yugoslavia?
Yes.
Yes. Zambia?
Abstention.
Abstention. Yes. Bolivia? Bolivia absent. Botswana?
Abstain.
Abstention. Brazil?
Abstain.
Abstain. Bulgaria?
Yes.
Yes. Burma?
Yes.
Yes. Burundi?
Abstain.
Abstention. Belarusian Society?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Malta? Malta absent. Mauritania?
Oui.
Yes. Mauritius? Mauritius absent. Mexico? Yes.
El resultado de la votación ha sido el siguiente. De un total de 114 votos emitidos, 84 han votado por la afirmativa, ninguno por la negativa y 30 abstenciones. Ha sido aprobado el proyecto de resolución contenido en el documento A/L574. Para explicar su voto, tiene la palabra el distinguido representante